my brows with the Milani Stay Put Brow Color in 01 Soft Brown. This is my shiz. I love this so much. And then I prime my eyelid with the Wet n Wild, my singular eyelid. I primed my eyelids with the, I'm such a good YouTuber. Just leaving all my things out. By the way, my viewfinder is right here and the mirror that I'm using is right here. So if I'm looking all around in this video, I'm so sorry. But I use my Wet n Wild concealer to conceal my eyelids and then set it with the Coty Airspun palette. I tried to make this a really affordable video. There's only a couple things I didn't get from the actual drugstore, but they are still affordable. Like, for instance, on the eyes today, we're going to be using the Morphe Dare to Create 39A palette. And this is a good deal. You literally, this is the biggest palette. This is literally the same size as like my laptop. I'm not kidding. So here we go. We're going to start off with the shade Bear. Let me zoom you guys in. Hello. So, and then I'm using this on a Morphe E27. It's just like a fluffy blending blush. Wow, I'm good at talking. I meant a blending brush. And I'm just gonna, you can't really see this a lot, but I just want to make sure that there is something there, so I'm not just putting down. My first shade I want to use, I want to make this look really seamless. Next, I am taking the Morphe M441, which is also a blending brush, but it's more tapered. And I'm going to go in with the shade Passion, which is this really pretty cranberry color here. And I'm not going to take this too high up because it is pretty dark to start with. I'm feeling frisky today though. I'm just going to start low. And I'm going to go, since this is like a darker color, I'm only going to do a little bit at a time because it's always easier to build it up than to be like, oh crap, I put too much on. Alright, so now this is kind of placed where I want it, but obviously it's not blended perfectly. I'm going to go back in with that first shade that I used Bare on that big fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend it out a little more because I obviously want it to look really seamless and not too harsh, especially because we're using these brighter colors. Okay, now I'm going into the shade Forever, which is this really pretty deep purple that I'm so excited about. I used to wear deep purples literally like every day when I was in cosmetology school, and I love them. Especially if you have blue eyes, this look is going to be so bomb for you. So I'm just packing this on the outer corner, and then obviously I'm going to blend it out. Since this is the darkest color, I just want to make sure that I have it in the place that I want it before I start blending everywhere because it is really dark. So I'm going back in with that shade, and I'm using that to really blend out that dark purple that I just put down. And I am going to wing it out a little bit because I will be doing a wing with this look. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and use my NYX Dark Circle Corrector in this teensy tiny little brush that I have from e.l.f. I think it's like a concealer brush. I don't know how you would do your concealer with that, but whatever. And I'm going to cut my crease just halfway to clean this all up. Alright, so just like that. Now I'm just going to finish up the other eye and I'll be right back. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'm going to go in with my L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour eyeshadow in the shade Amber Rush. It's just this really, really pretty, like, almost like rose goldy copper shade. And I'm going to be using that on my MAC 242. And I'm just going to put that everywhere that I put that concealer at. Today I'm going to be using the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 foundation in the shade 01 Creamy Vanilla. I have been loving this foundation. I'm just going to use it on my Real Techniques sponge. So here we go. Let's cover up these pimples, shall we? I'm going to go in with my Wet n Wild Photo Finish Concealer in the shade Light Ivory. Catch the point, I'm really pale. Alright, my memory card is about to run out of space, so I'm going to quickly switch the memory card. The memory card, so if it's in a different position, let it come back. I'm sorry. Okay, cool. I changed my memory card, and I got some more coffee. Look how cute this cup is. It says you've got a friend, and it's a little doggy, and it matches my ears. It's hot, it's hot, it's hot, it's hot. Okay, so really quickly I'm going to make sure I don't have any creases under my eyes because I didn't set them yet. And I'm going to go back in with the Coty Airspun powder that I used to, I'm actually going to zoom in just a little bit more, there we go, that I used to set my under eyes. And I'm just going to use the same sponge I used to put on my foundation. And I'm just going to press that in. Like I said, I'm really dry, so I don't bake because I find that it's no good for me. So I just press it in, make sure that all looks good. And then I go in with a powder brush. This is the Real Techniques powder brush. And I just really, really lightly set the rest of my face. I don't like to not set my face, but at the same time, my face is so dry, so I just put like a little bit of powder on. So, I'm not gonna lie, I usually don't really use drugstore bronzers, but this used to be my shit. As you can see, it doesn't even like go together anymore. But this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Contouring Palette in Caramel Toffee. I actually like the Dolce de Leche one better, but I shattered it. I've had these for a while. I probably shouldn't even be using these, but I'm just going to use this to bronze. I usually use the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette because that's my ultimate favorite. That's my go-to. Just because it's so easy to blend. I feel like even when you mess up, you don't mess up. So, but I'm just going to use this to bronze because I do not think it's cool enough to contour with, but we'll contour still. Now, I always like to just go back over with my powder brush and make sure that everything is like really blended and not choppy, because I really like my bronzer to not make it look like I'm pale and I just put a lot of bronzer on, even though that's exactly what I did. Now I'm going to go in with my Morphe M523. It's like a fluffy thin brush. I don't know how to explain it. And this is the e.l.f. Contour Palette. And I'm going to go in with this darker shade with a tiny bit of this one. Very, very lightly in contour. I really don't want anything too crazy, to be honest. When I take pictures, I don't like it to be super like chiseled, but I obviously want it to be defined because I want my face to not look like a basketball, if you know what I mean. Then the way I contour my nose, to be honest, I'm so bad at it, so I just take whatever is left over on the brush and run it down the sides of my nose, or else it looks like I have pinstripes or like racing stripes on my face, if not. So that's just the way I like to do it. I'm going to actually use Gingerly by MAC. I think that'll look good. And I'm going to use my Real Techniques blush brush. This is like a fluffy one. And just go in with just a little bit of this. I don't want too much because my eyes are already crazy. Not crazy, but they have a lot of color, you know what I mean? So I don't want to look too wild. For highlight, I'm going to be using the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Powder in the shade Precious Petals with my Morphe M501 brush. This is like a pinky tone highlighter, so it's going to look really pretty with what my eyes look like. It's time to finish up the eyes. I'm going to go really quick through this because I don't know about you guys, but I literally never watch people finish up the underneath of their eyes. I don't know what it is, but I just think it's annoying. So I'm going to take a flat shader brush and go in with the dark purple, and then I'm going to blend out the underneath of it with a mix of Passion and Bare with a little bit of a fluffier brush. So here I go. You can totally add a wing to this if you want to. To be honest, I'm kind of liking how like soft it looks. not that it looks soft, it's really intense, but I almost feel like putting a black liner on would be even more intense. I'm going to finish it off with some mascara. I'm going to use the Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. Cool, so I ended up going with the Milani Amore Matte Lip Cream in the shade 38 Stunning, and it's stunning. Boom! Anyway, just going to finish it off with a little bit more Mario Badescu spray because it's my ride or die. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you like me. Obviously you can see I'm trying to build my channel. So if you want to see more of me, go ahead and subscribe. And if you're starting a channel just like me, comment down below and I'll follow you as well. Thank you guys so much.